What new challenges associated with international business expansion do CEOs of Latin American companies face?
Well, there's general excitement to see the definition of the uncertainty of what the business climate is going to be in two of the major countries in the region, Brazil and Mexico this year. We're hopeful that we see a political and business climate that is welcoming of foreign investment in those jurisdictions. There are also challenges on the currency side throughout the region, but there is a lot of opportunities, and really having an understanding of the political, legal, financial framework in the region, and then a good understanding this year is going to be extremely important.
What is the most important trait of Latin American CEOs that they should preserve to lead global expansion?
Authenticity is a very important trait, and also understanding that Latin America is a region that sometimes doesn't fit in quarterly results and sometimes doesn't fit in 5-year life cycles, but that it is a growing regime, that and it is a growing population, and that there are barriers, but if you look at it from a long-term strategy, there are barriers that are always overcomable, and you have to find the right entry point in. And if you're looking at it from an exit point, you can't necessarily set an exit point based on a date or a target, but rather, an understanding of what is going on in the region.
From your perspective, what do you perceive as the biggest opportunity areas to Latin American companies in forming strategic alliances?
I think the opportunities in Latin America are multiple and many. There are opportunities in a number of sectors. There are a number of industries that are growing. There is a great workforce in many countries that is highly sophisticated and bilingual. There are, countries have put in a number of regulatory regimes to eliminate corruption, to attack. There's still challenges, but at least the regulatory regime is there for that, for incentivizing businesses. And there are a number of significant companies in the region that are available and are great strategic partners for those coming from outside of the region.
Family ownership hampers corporate innovation, especially when families do not perceive the need to change things that have made them successful for years. Where should we begin solving this problem?
No, I'm very optimistic. I have the opportunity to work with a lot of family-owned businesses, and I find that among the group of people that I've worked with and advised, they're constantly looking at innovation. I think that you find that these companies know how to operate, and knowing how to operate is including innovation in all of your businesses. So I think that may be more of a stereotype in many of the jurisdictions. I think my experience has been that they're looking at innovation, looking at new markets, and looking at expanding their market share.